My name is Brielle Noelle Carter. I'm 26 years old, and on the morning of April 7th, I died in my sleep from sudden heart failure. I was living alone in a small one-bedroom apartment in Phoenix, Arizona. I worked remotely as a virtual assistant. Life wasn't glamorous, but it was stable. I went to church, not just on holidays, but when life felt heavy. I prayed when things got hard. Deep down, I believed in God. I just didn't really know Him. From the outside, everything looked fine. But the truth? I was drowning in secret. For almost 8 years, I'd battled an addiction to pornography and masturbation. It started when I was 18. A friend showed me a video in college, and I laughed it off like it was no big deal. But something awakened inside me. Curiosity, excitement, shame. It didn't feel dangerous at first. But it grew. Quietly, relentlessly. I told myself it was normal, that everyone did it, that it wasn't hurting anyone. But over time, it began to destroy me. My mind, my confidence, my relationships, my ability to connect with God. Every time I gave in, I felt emptier. I hated myself afterward, crying in the dark, promising I'd never do it again, but I always did. I begged God to help me. I deleted apps, I installed filters, I threw away books, but somehow I always went back. The shame was unbearable. That night, April 6th, I remember praying like I always did when I felt too far gone. God, I'm sorry. Please don't give up on me.
Then I went to bed.
And somewhere between midnight and morning, my heart stopped. I didn't wake up in my bed. I woke up floating above it. I saw my body lying there, still pale, lifeless. But I wasn't afraid. I felt peace. Not the numb kind. Not the fake peace I tried to create with pleasure. This was real. Then I felt something shift. The room filled with light, not like sunlight or electricity, but a living, breathing light. It wrapped around me like a warm embrace. And then, I saw Him, Jesus. He stepped through the light, tall, radiant, eyes full of fire and compassion. His presence was overwhelming, but not in a scary way. I felt completely known. Brielle, he said. And his voice. It was like music and thunder and wind all at once. I've been waiting for you. He held out his hand. I took it. We walked through a corridor of living light, like stars and galaxies moving all around us. I wanted to look back at my body, but he gently touched my shoulder. Don't worry about that right now. We need to talk. Suddenly, we were in a garden. I can't describe it. The colors, the sounds, the very air felt alive. It was more real than anything I'd ever experienced. Sit with me, Jesus said. We sat on a simple wooden bench beneath a glowing tree. He looked at me, not with judgment, but with sorrow. Brielle, do you know why you're here? I hesitated. Because I died? He nodded. But that's not the only reason. He waved his hand and suddenly we were back in my apartment, only it looked different. The walls were covered in thick, black sludge. The air was heavy, toxic. My bookshelf, my couch, even my phone, all dripping with darkness. What is this? I asked. This, Jesus said, is what your spiritual life looked like. This is what sin does. It corrupts, it stains, it welcomes darkness. But I believed in you, I said quickly. I prayed, I went to church, I tried to stop. I know, he said gently, but you never surrendered. You gave me the pieces you were comfortable giving, but you kept this hidden. He pointed to my phone. My heart sank. The videos, I whispered. He nodded. For years, you opened a door, again and again, and the enemy walked right in.
Then I saw them.
Creatures. Grotesque. Shadowy. Slithering through my apartment. Clinging to my bed. Hovering near my phone. Demons. One of them turned and snarled. She's ours. She gave herself to us. I stumbled backward. I didn't know, I cried. I didn't mean to. I know, Jesus said, catching me. But spiritual law isn't based on intentions. It's based on truth. He held me as I wept. I wanted to be free, I whispered. I just didn't know how. I know, he said again. But now I want to show you something else. The scene changed. We were in a vast library, books towering endlessly. Jesus pulled one down, thick, leather-bound. "This is your life," he said. He opened it. Page after page, I saw my story. Childhood innocence, Sunday school, my first real heartbreak, my confusion about sex, the first time I saw pornography. It all played like a movie. Here, age 19, stressed, alone, curious. Then came the cycle. Watch, pleasure, guilt, promise, repeat. I watched myself deteriorate. I watched my mind darken. I watched how it shaped my relationships. "You weren't addicted to images," Jesus said. "You were addicted to false intimacy, to escape, to control." He flipped more pages. "You wanted love. You settled for lust." I couldn't look anymore. "So, I'm going to hell?" I asked. He looked at me, not angry, broken. "Brielle, do you think I brought you here to condemn you?" I looked up, trembling. "I came to rescue you." I sobbed. "But I failed." He nodded. "You did. Many times. But failure isn't final when there's surrender." He stood and walked toward a glowing stream. "This is the river of life," he said. "It washes everything: shame, addiction, guilt, lies." I walked toward it. "What if I still want it sometimes?" "You will," he said, "but now you'll have my strength." I stepped in. Warmth flooded me. I felt something break. Chains I didn't know I had began to fall off. Years of self-hatred melted. I wept. Not from shame, but from freedom. "This is what cleansing looks like," he said. "Not just forgiveness, but transformation." When I stepped out, I was different. New. Whole. He led me to another place in the garden. A room. Glowing. Sacred. "This," Jesus said, "is what sexuality was meant to be." He let me see a married couple, glowing with divine love, becoming one. It was worship. It was beautiful. It was holy. "This," he said, "is why the enemy counterfeits it. Pornography isn't just about lust, it's a perversion of worship. And when my daughters engage in it, they're exchanging sacredness for shadows." Then I saw the industry. The broken souls. The trafficked. The wounded. "Every video," Jesus said, "is a soul." I covered my face. "Why are you showing me this?" "Because I'm sending you back." "What?" I gasped. "Why?" "Because they need to hear it. My daughters, my church, the ones who think they're too far gone, the ones hiding in silence." He handed me a scroll. It read, "Tell my daughters I see them. I know the secret shame. I know the silent struggle. I'm not angry. I'm reaching. I'm ready to wash them, to restore them, but they must surrender. Fully. They must stop hiding, stop pretending, and let me in. I can heal what's broken. I can restore what's been stolen. I can make them new." I looked up. "But how do I say this?" "The way I just showed you," he said. "With love, with truth, without shame." The garden began to fade. "Wait," I cried. "What about the women who are married, who still struggle? The ones abused, the ones who feel too dirty?" He smiled. "No one is too broken for me. I came to heal, to free, to restore. Tell them that." And with that, I was falling. Falling back into my body. Back into pain. Back into life. I gasped. Paramedics were shouting. "She's back. She's breathing." One of them looked stunned. "She's been gone 18 minutes. They rushed me to the hospital. No brain damage. No lasting heart condition. Medically, it didn't make sense. But I knew the truth. Jesus saved me. The moment I got home, I changed everything. Deleted apps, called my accountability partner, got help, told the truth. It was hard, but it was holy. Now, 19 months later, I am completely free, not because of willpower, but because of surrender, because of Jesus. If you're listening to this and you're struggling, hear me. He sees you. He loves you. He can set you free. You're not too far. You're not too dirty. You're not too broken. Jesus is coming back. He wants to find you free. The choice is yours.